All right, what's going on, man? This is Silas here at Perkins Motorplex, getting you the demo of the 2024 Tesla Cybertruck. Now I'm sitting in the Cyber Beast, so there'll be a few differences that I'll point out to you, but when you get in the vehicle, this is what you'll see. You get greeted with this big touchscreen. I'll try to keep my phone back here so you can see the whole thing. And this is where you can maneuver around the vehicle, get a 360 view, and everything has a button. So you can adjust the ride height from here, you can open the tonneau cover from here, you can open the frunk from here, all that kind of stuff. So this is the main screen that you'll be greeted with. From here you can see how many miles are left on a full charge. You can lock and unlock the vehicle, see the date and the weather, as well as down here you have three options between your media source, your current charge, or your tire pressure sensors all the way around. This is all on the main screen. Now from there, you have your climate control button right here and your volume control on the other side. Both also, your volume can be controlled from here. You have your turn signals here, as well as your Bluetooth and your windshield wipers and stuff like that on the steering wheel. But as far as the screen goes, that's all the home page. These buttons down here at the bottom, once you hook up your phone, that'll be where your phone is hooked up to right there, as well as your music. This camera button here shows you the 360 view. That's the front, that's the left and the right side, and then that's the rear view. You can also hit that button right there and it'll clean off that camera for you, as you can see there. This is the dash cam recording. So it has a automatic dash cam built into it. You can decide whether or not you use it for recording both in front of you, and I don't think it records in the cabin, but it does record what is shown in front of you. Then you also have your navigation screen from here. You get a very large navigation map. It's very intuitive, very quick, and you can hook up like your home address and everything like that. Then from there you have your Bluetooth. Again, this is where once your phone is hooked up, you'll have your Spotify account or your Apple Music account or Amazon Music or YouTube, whatever you use, all of that will be built in from here. So those are all the icons on the bottom. Then this little 3-dot icon right here, you hit that, that's where you get your full controls. So you have your heated seats, your heated steering wheel, climate controls, windshield wipers all at the top. And then all of this is the other fun stuff you see built in with Teslas. So you have your theater, which is where you can get in and hook up your YouTube account, your Hulu account, Netflix, whatever you want to watch. This way, while you're charging, if you want to watch something, that'll hook up and you can watch it on this very large, I believe, I'm not going to try to tell you the size of the screen. I'd have to look at the window sticker, but it's big. You also have your arcade. So this is where you can come in here and play games and stuff like that, again, while you're charging. But then you also have some of the more useful features, again, like your Spotify account, the dash cam, the camera's all built into here. All of that is right here in the center screen if you hit those three little icons. Then you'll see the little car icon down here at the bottom. This is where you get to your menu screen. So this is where you can adjust the ride height. There's multiple different modes. You can go to high, medium, or low, as well as just the standard entry. You can open or close your tonneau cover. This is where you adjust your mirrors and your steering. So for example, if I hit steering, it'll show me here that as I do that, it brings the steering wheel up and down. This is how you adjust it. You do that from inside the screen. Then you have your headlight controls. You open your glove box from here, as well as close your glove box from in here. That's all under the control side. Under the dynamics, this is one of the screens that will look different because this has the Beast mode in it. Obviously, the one you're buying is not the Cyber Beast, so this screen will look a little bit different, but you still have variable drive modes right there. You have your towing settings right here. You also have underneath that, this is the main charging screen. So this is where you adjust the percentage of charge that you want it to charge up to when you plug it in. You can also open the charge port from in here as well. This is the basically additional outlets and modifications. So this one has a light bar on it. The one you're buying doesn't have a light bar, but if it did, this is where you come in here and mess around with all that. Here's your autopilot settings. So this is where the FSD screen will be. This is a very advanced full self-driving computer. So you can come in here and mess around with if you want it to be standard full self-driving. When you turn on FSD, if you want it to be driving a little bit faster, switching lanes more frequently, or chill, which means it's going to stay in the same lane. It's not going to switch as often. It's going to drive the standard speed limit. You can adjust the offset of the speed limit. So if you want to drive, keep it about 5 miles per hour over the speed limit. If you want to set it under the speed limit or right at it, you can do that in here. And again, this is all just for the full self-driving. Then this is just the locks, locking the doors. This is where you get your key card, which I have right here for you. And then lights, this is your high beams and stuff like that. Seat controls, this is where it shows your whole cabin. You can go heated seats right there, or you can, like this button right here will go, let me zoom out so I can show you. This will put the seat forward and back. Whoop, I accidentally hit out of it, but it'll push that seat forward and back if you want it to. So that's all under the seat setting. Then under this display setting, this is where you can come in and just change. This is this display, the touch screen. You can turn the brightness up or down, stuff like that. Scheduling, this is if you're scheduling supercharging at different locations. Service will show you, this is where you see if your tire pressure is low, when you need maintenance, when your next maintenance is scheduled. All of that stuff is all in this screen. And then your software screen is what shows your current mileage, your VIN number, the full self-driving computer. If you need a software update, it'll show it here on this screen as well. And then down at the bottom is where they'll go into update if it does need a factory update or software update. So navigation screen, you can set it to avoid highways or anything like that if you wanted to. Trips, obviously the normal, it'll keep track of your normal trips. And then Wi-Fi and Bluetooth is once you get your phone hooked up. Audio, you can come in here and mess around with all this as well. So all of that is just in here. It's super fun to get in here and mess around with. There's a lot more settings that you can come in here and play with once you get in the Tesla. And then as far as everything else goes, these are your wireless charging pads. If I set my phone here, it'll turn on the charger. To start the vehicle, you put the key right there in that slot, and that'll get me going. Once I put my foot on the brake here, I slide forward to put it in drive, I slide backward to put it in reverse, and I tap to park. And then if you ever want to go in neutral, then you hit that home page, and your neutral mode is right here at the top. So it takes some getting used to, but once you do get used to it, it's a ton of fun. They drive super smooth, and all around they're just a really fun vehicle to play around with. So hopefully this is a good demo. If you have any more questions or anything like that, obviously feel free to ask. I'd be happy to show you around as far as the ride height, the tonneau cover, the charging and stuff like that if you have any other questions, but let me know. Thanks.